Hey guys, thanks for joining me. I'm working on a 60 by 60 centimeter canvas, and I haven't actually worked on a big canvas in a while. I've been sort of traveling around a bit, so I'm quite excited. So I want to do one of those women's faces that I like to do, and use strong lines, strong color, and get some sort of personality that emerges after a few tries. I don't always get it on the first time, so I just thought I'd show you the whole process because it's not always easy. It's not a formula, but as you'll see, because I sort of just do a variety of tryouts. So if you're up for that, and you want to watch and maybe subscribe, that'll be awesome. So enjoy and leave comments. So this is sort of the fun part really as well for me, is just feeling out, almost sculpting some basic shapes and trying to get an idea of where I want to go with it. I sort of have a vague idea, but as you'll see, it kind of morphs and changes and I paint over things. Well, just very simple dark shapes over a light background, trying to feel out the personality and see who's going to emerge. And I sort of know it when I see it, is the only way I can describe it. So at this point, I kind of know, I have a suspicion this isn't going to work out, but I'm still plugging away. I want to get a sort of, get the DNA of the piece. Even if I paint over it, I'll sort of have something underneath it. So I'm just using light and dark just to sculpt a form still at this stage, and just keep it very loose. And I can see it's got a bit of the Picasso, the Picasso-ish feel. I don't mind using a bit of George Condo and Picasso and all those guys in my work. I think eventually one's own voice comes out at the end of the day anyway. But if it helps me get to that end point, that's fine with me. So here I try to sort of put a background context in, and I kind of think it could work on another painting, but in this one I decided against it. And this painting also just gets painted over very soon. But I just thought I'd put this in the edit just to show you where I'm, my process, because they don't always turn out one shot deal. So here I've painted a nice sort of scratchy abstract background. And I think whatever you paint on top of the background is important, even if you go over it, because it kind of suggests what's textures and colours that are going to go on top in a way, and you want to show through some little bits of it. So I sort of give a little bit of time to just painting a background with quite a lot of bits in it. What I like about this process is I don't really know what the character's going to end up looking like, who she's going to be. I find that intriguing, because it's kind of like I'm just sort of a messenger almost. There's something that wants to come out, and I don't know what it is. I don't know if it'll be good or bad. Very often they're not that great, and I just paint over them. But it's the process, I think, for me. So we try again. Well, if you've been watching up to this point, I guess I should say thank you, because it's not one of those videos where it's just been edited to show everything going smoothly. I know something's going to come out of it, but it's just kind of trial and error. I probably will try and do more sketches beforehand before doing these videos, just so I know, but I love that discovery process with paint from the start. So I sort of feel like I've position the head in the correct place. I think when I started out, it was way too big, so I'm trying to just get a little bit more of a composition here. So that's what I'm going to work on top of now, and I'm going to start some line. I can sort of see the influence of African sculptures that I absorbed when I was growing up in South Africa. I definitely see a sculpture that my mom had. It was this beautiful black stone sculpture with this woman with this long neck that we always had in the house as I was growing up. And so I can see a bit of that, and I can see a bit of Modigliani, a bit of, that line, strong line. The comic books that I was influenced by as well as by the, all the famous impressionists. So just, light and dark is what I'm working with here, primaries, just a bit of a mishmash of everything. Why I would do a yellow line now, I have no idea, but it just seemed like the right thing to do at the time. So the light and dark, where shadow should be and where light area should be, doesn't really make sense. I know that. Don't care really. It's just what I feel like painting, because I think it'll have an effect. And it's also because I don't stand back enough and take my time on these paintings. I just kind of go in and paint pretty impulsively, and then if I feel like something's totally wrong, I'll just paint over it. I guess that's a way to describe my approach. I probably would get a different and maybe a better result if I planned it out and took more time, but that's just not how I work. So I think I want to feel excited when I see these paintings. Just lots of surprises and things that don't make sense doesn't really matter to me. If there's a sort of academic, background to the art, as long as it's just keeps my eye moving around the painting and interested in it, and I guess that's sort of where what my aesthetic is just kind of looking for dopamine almost in a painting. So I think what I'm definitely feeling is she's like a warrior queen, and she loves gold. I kind of like her. She's fearsome. And, I'm just trying to I'm trying to make the background a little less cartoony, just a little less, not too full of juicy colors. Can just be toned down a bit so that the excitement of the figure, the colors stand out without too much competition from the background. I have to repair that edge there of that line. And yeah, we're pretty much there, I think, with with who she is. I was just watching this thing on Netflix, Samurai. It's a beautiful animation show, a series of 8 episodes that I recommend everyone watch. Nice, great story of I don't want to give it away, but because it shows fairly soon that the samurai is a woman disguised as a man. And maybe that's sort of in the back of my mind when I was painting this, but I definitely see a fighter here. Thank you for watching, guys.